Welcome to the Uploading Standard Evidence training for National Guard Bureau Family Programs field users. In this video, you will learn how to use the Field Response Standards Evidence module in the Family Program Certification Management System, or FP-CMS, to upload evidence of compliance as part of the Military Family Readiness Certification review process. The Field Response Standards Evidence module is used by those individuals or team that represent the NGB Family Programs Office within each state and who are responsible for submitting standard evidence as part of the certification review. NGB leadership will determine when you can upload standard evidence that will be submitted to your headquarter review team for evaluation. When the start date for uploading standard evidence arrives, log in to FP-CMS and access the Field Response Standards Evidence module. The Standards Evidence listing screen is where you can view standards that are relevant to both the Air and Army components of your state's certification review. You will see standards that are applicable to the services or programs offered at your organization. To start, let's quickly review the filters that you can use to narrow or broaden the list of standards that display in the results table. Across the top, you will see the fiscal year, branch of service, region, and installation filters. In FP-CMS, installation is a broad term used across all the services and components that use the system, and in this case, the installation represents the state. In order to view results, these filters must all be applied. In this demonstration, because we are logged in as a user that is responsible for a single state, you will see that all top filters are pre-selected based on an assigned area of responsibility. Fiscal year is determined by the start date of your evidence upload period and is assigned by your headquarter team when they schedule the certification review. If you only use the top row of filters, the results in the table will show all standards applicable to your organization. To narrow down the results of the listing table, you can use one or more of the optional filters in the second row. Use the Evidence Upload Required filter to show standards that must have evidence uploaded. This is defined by your service or component leadership. You can also filter by service. For example, if you are responsible for loading evidence for a service or program, you can filter to show only standards for that service. The section and subsection filters will only have values in the drop-down if you have used the Services filter, and the list of values is based on how your headquarters office organizes standards. In this demonstration, we are not selecting any additional filters, therefore we see all applicable standards in the table. In the listing table, you will see additional information for each standard based on your search results. A checkbox in the first column allows you to select the standard. We will review this in greater detail later in the video. Next is the standard code. The standard code is a shorthand name to refer to the standard. The code is defined by your headquarter office. In the next column, you'll see the standard name. The standard name is hyperlinked and will take you to the standard detail screen. We will also review this further later in the video. The file column lists all files previously uploaded for a standard. You can select the file name to view the file. Similarly, the comments column will include a hyperlinked icon if comments have been added for a standard. By selecting the icon, you can view comments previously added. The Modified By and Modified On columns capture who last uploaded a file for a standard and when. Finally, the Evidence Upload Due Date shows the date that all evidence must be uploaded, as defined by your headquarter office. Selecting the hyperlinked standard name from the Standards Evidence listing screen will open the Standard Detail screen. The Standard Detail screen provides additional information for the standard, including a description of the standard, service interpretation, best practices, evidence of compliance, and related library resources. These additional details are defined by your leadership. If your leadership did not identify details for a specific field, such as a related library resource, the system will display the word None. If your leadership has required that evidence be loaded for each standard, you will find this in the field Is Virtual Evidence Upload Required? To load a file on the standard detail screen, drag files into the upload box or select Browse and select a file from your computer. After loading a file, the File Upload pop-up will display. Complete the following information. In Step 1, enter a title. The file title will default to the name of the file you uploaded, but you can edit if needed. For Step 2, enter a brief description of the file. The review team will see this as they review the loaded evidence. In Step 3, indicate if this evidence applies to Air, Army, or both. Once all information is complete, select Save to save the upload and return to the standard detail screen. To cancel the upload, select Cancel to return to the standard detail screen without saving any changes. After saving the file, you will return to the standard detail screen where you can see the file displayed in the table. You can add comments for each standard. The evidence comments are visible to the review team, and you can use this to direct the review team to the page in the evidence that you uploaded, which is relevant to a standard. To add a comment, select the Add link to open a text box. Enter the comment and select Save to save the entry. To edit or delete a comment after one has been added, select the Edit or Remove link. Use the Delete link in the Action column to delete a file. In addition to loading files for individual standards, the system also provides flexibility to load a single piece of evidence to more than one standard at a time. To load evidence for one or more standards, navigate back to the standard evidence screen. To load a file or files for multiple standards, use the checkbox in the first column to select the applicable standards. If all standards in the results table are applicable, use the checkbox in the top row. This selects all standards that display in the table. Once you have selected the standards you would like to load a file or files for, select the Upload Evidence button. Upon selecting the Upload Evidence button, you will land on the Evidence Upload screen. To load files, drag files into the upload box, or select Browse and select a file from your computer. After loading a file, the File Upload box will display. Enter the following information. In Step 1, enter a title. The file title will default to the name of the file you uploaded, but you can edit if needed. For Step 2, enter a brief description of the file. The review team will see this as they review the loaded evidence. In Step 3, indicate if this evidence applies to Air, Army, or both. Select Standards in Step 4. The standards you selected from the listing screen will display. You can unselect a standard if needed so the file does not upload for that standard. Once all information is complete, select Save to save the upload and return to the Evidence Upload screen. To cancel the upload, select Cancel to return to the Evidence Upload screen without saving any changes. Once files are loaded, you can enter comments as previously demonstrated. These comments are specific for each standard and will be available to the reviewers when they review the evidence. Updates will save automatically, so when you're finished, you can navigate away from the screen and back to the standard evidence listing screen. Navigate to the individual standard detail screen to view the uploaded files and validate that all necessary files have been uploaded. When you're finished loading evidence, there are no additional steps required. Once the evidence upload due date passes, all standard evidence loaded for your organization will be available in the certification system where the review team can view it. The system will only allow you to load evidence during the evidence upload period defined by your service or component leadership. You will not be able to load evidence after the due date. Once the due date passes, the Upload Evidence button will be disabled on the listing screen, and the upload box will not display on the standard detail screen. Therefore, it is important that all evidence is loaded by the evidence upload due date. We hope this video has provided you helpful information on how to review standard details and upload evidence as part of the Military Family Readiness Certification review. For additional questions, please reach out to the CMS support desk.